Morning, guys. Don't know whether it's a happy or an unhappy cow. Did you know that cows moo? That one most certainly does. Anyway, I'm setting out on a journey this morning. I'm going to a place called Roche-aux-Fées, which is going to take me a good couple of hours to get to. And Aux-Fées is like from the Fairies, and rock meaning rock, but it is a good 2-hour journey I've got ahead of me, and I can't go anywhere at the moment anyway because they're walking the cows up the road. They're all having a look at me, as you can see. Taking them into the next field. That's a traffic jam I'm not used to. Traffic jam of cows. Anyway, normally when I've been leaving in the morning, it's been about -1. This morning it's +2, so I don't think I'm going to freeze so much. I've got my gloves here. I've never been very impressed with these gloves. It should have heat, but for some reason they decided they weren't going to heat the fingertips, so the fingers freeze. And before I set out on this journey, I got myself a new hat. And as you can see on here, look, we have a little communication device. It says hello. That means I can have music while I ride. So all these things, they come into play and make life a little easier. So I better stop running on, I better get on the road, and I better take you to this amazing rock shelter. I'm not praying, I'm just warming my hands up. That was quite a journey. And as it turns out, I needn't have gone quite as far as I did, because Roche-aux-Fées is here, but it's also 57 kilometres further on, and I went there first. Still, you live and learn, and it's just me, I've let myself down, so I'm here now, and I've got a strong suspicion that you're gonna recognise why I've brought you here, because this is quite something else. So I think we'll all be in agreement that I've made quite an effort to bring you here, and well, it's time to show you why. Welcome to La Roche-aux-Fées. This is not a normal dolmen by anybody's stretch of the imagination. It's an interesting one because it looks like a burial chamber, but there hasn't been any evidence of burial that's been discovered. And they first excavated this in the 1700s. They couldn't find any evidence of a mound, earth mound going over the top of it. So what we see is more probably a structure, a chamber, a temple dedicated to the living than the dying. There aren't any carvings as such inside, but what there is the totality of its megalithicness. Many of the rocks weigh up to 40 tons and have been they're a schist, and they've been carried over 4 miles to get here. So as much as I can do in this little movie is share it and take you for a little meander around it and give you an opportunity to feel a bit of a wow factor that travels back 5,000 years. I don't know about you, but what I found is reasonably instantly when I got here and started looking around this, I kind of fell in love with what I was looking at and became quite enchanted. And as I say, they started excavating this in the early 1700s. And normally, if this had been a burial chamber, you would have expected to find either the remains of human bodies, or you'd find some funerary gifts, you know, such as axes, pottery, jewellery, but none of this was present. And so archaeology thought about this, and they decided that it was quite possibly a place which celebrates the living rather than the dying. And as I think I mentioned, some of these rocks weigh up to 40 tonnes and have been transported here from over 4 miles away. I made a pilgrimage to get here today. I have nothing else to do. This is the last of the structures that I'm intending to visit while I'm in Brittany, and tomorrow I'm going fishing out in the Bay of Biscay, or the Gulf of Morbihan as it probably was more correctly said. But I really needed to come here. So like I say, that was just a visit to Roche-aux-Fées in Brittany. Recently I posted a video on some of the sites that are down in Karnak, which you can find if you click back on a couple of my other movies. You'll also find lots of other prehistoric road trips that take you around the world to ancient sites where you might learn something or have a laugh at my expense in some respects or another. If you're new to my channel, I do hope that I've inspired you to subscribe and come and join me on some more adventures around the world, following in the footsteps of ancient people. And if we're not doing that, then hopefully I'll be teaching you some of the skills that people use to keep themselves alive. Although I'm probably not going to teach you how to carry one of them rocks. So for now, that was me, Will Lord, checking out. All the best, and see you again soon, I hope.